I've interned at places like Deloitte, EY, and BCG, and I've even had opportunities at places like Bain & Company, Bridgewater Associates, and Harvard Business School. But when I first started, I had no experience, no connections, no nothing. I literally had no idea what I was doing. So if you're trying to land your first internship and feel like you have nothing to show, this video is for you. Here's how to land an internship with absolutely no experience. It's back to school season, and I know for a lot of you guys that means it's recruiting season. And whether you're a freshman or a sophomore trying to build your resume, or a junior that's looking for an internship that will lead to a full-time offer, I know that finding an internship is super tough. And I know it can feel super hard when you feel like you don't have enough experience to start, but I'm here to tell you, like, you are not alone and you are not too late. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how you can get an internship with no experience. Like zero. We'll talk about what counts on a resume, how to network, how to stand out to recruiters, and even where to find internships. So if you're trying to secure that bag, keep watching because this video is for you. All right, mic is on, notes are here, and we are ready to go. So first thing I want to talk about is experience, because the system can feel so backwards sometimes. Like, you need experience to get a job, but you need a job to have experience. Or do you? Because look, let's be real, you've probably done so many cool things that are already considered experience, and if you haven't, there are so many easy ways to find experiences and make some. Companies are looking for things like communication, coachability, effort, and interest, and what really matters is how you can frame the things that you have done. That is how you can get experience. So let's talk about more specifically what counts as experience. So for me, when I was first applying to stuff, especially freshman year, I thought I really didn't have an experience because I had never worked a job before. Like, all of my stuff had been kind of like freelance. Like, I had my own small businesses, things like that. I was like, but I don't have a job to put on my resume. But everything I've done literally counted as experience. Like, for example, I had a YouTube channel, and I think my freshman year, my YouTube channel probably had like 10K maybe. So I had a YouTube channel where 10,000 people had clicked the subscribe button. Like, that took a lot of work, and I was able to frame that really well, and it did really good when it came to my resume. But what else counts as experience? So you have campus involvements like clubs, volunteering, things like that. I will be real though, like, just being in the club is not enough. Like, if you're going to meetings and stuff like that, like, that's cool. And especially as you're a freshman, like, you're probably not gonna have a leadership role in the club, but you need to look for places where you can take initiative, and leadership roles are an easy way to do that. But let's say you're in a club and you have an idea, like, take it to your leadership and help them implement it. And that could be a way you could get some sort of experience. But clubs are really cool. It's just, you know, make sure that it's showing that you did something more than just attending a meeting. Class projects are also a really good place to put experience. I know a lot of classes do like project-based learning now, especially at my university, and that is a really cool way to kind of get experience. Also, like, passion projects. I'm such a sucker for passion projects. Like, do you have a Substack? Do you make content? Do you have a small business? Do you graphic design for people? Do you edit essays? Like, things like that really show a lot of initiative, and in my personal opinion, I think that's one of the easiest things to start. Like, you could start a TikTok page posting about something you're interested in right now, and that could grow into experience, and you don't have to wait for someone else to give you that experience. So I would definitely think about that, because I think that is personally the easiest way to get experience. Also, if you're in like mentorship programs or things like that. So for example, I was in a program called MLT, maybe SEO. Programs like that are also really helpful when it comes to experience. Also, if you've done research at your university, like helping a professor do research and things like that counts as experience. And I mean, even like being a summer camp counselor, part-time job, volunteering at your church, like all of that counts as experience. So really sit back all of your life and be like, oh my goodness, what have I done that can count as experience? And if you haven't done anything that can count, it's time to do something. Like, I think at some point you just have to be real with yourself. Like, you can't just sit here crying and saying you don't have experience forever if you're not doing anything to create the experiences. So if you're struggling to like apply for jobs and things like that, you're like, that's where I want my experience from, maybe you need to look somewhere else. But you can't get experience even if you don't have any. And I think that is like really the biggest hurdle when it comes to applying for stuff. All right, cool. So now let's talk about building your resume. So first, I will say, like, everything is industry specific. I'm a business major, econ and political science to be exact. So a lot of the things I'm going to say are going to come from that perspective, but just make sure you're cross-checking like what I'm saying with someone who knows the industry you're going into a little bit better. But first, you should use a clean one-page format when it comes to your resume. Like, don't try to get cutesy and creative. Like, this is really not the place for that. Make it clean and straightforward. And also, like, one page. If you are this early in your career, you have no experience, there is no reason why your resume should be 2 pages. I have people bring their resumes to me all the time, and they're 2 pages, and like, it's 2 pages of fluff and space. Like, you can make your resume 1 page, I promise you. I've done so much, so much. but I can still fit everything on one page. So you need to be very cognizant of that. And your bullet points need to be really, really strong. Like, I made a TikTok on this, but like, stop lying on your resume. Like, you just need to tell what you've done well. Like, I feel like a lot of people get in the habit of making their resume like a laundry list of the job description, like what they were tasked with doing. Like, that's not what your resume should say. It should say what you actually did. So your bullet points should be like what you did and why it mattered. Like, you've heard of having like action verbs in the beginning of your resume bullets all the time, so I don't have to like harp on that, but action verb, what you did, and why it mattered is like a perfect kind of formula for your resume bullets. Also, you need to tailor your resumes to every job you're applying to. I know like applying to jobs is like a numbers game, so you're applying to so many, but like, you do need to tailor your resume. Y'all, we literally live in the age of AI. Like, I'm not saying a ChatGPT your resume, no, but you can ask AI for suggestions on how to tailor your resume to a job description, and it will help you out with that. Like, there is no reason why you shouldn't be tailoring each of your resumes, and it shouldn't take all day. And then also just ask people to review it. I think sometimes we're so scared to ask for help, but I think some of the most like insightful things I've been told is because I went to older students, I went to my career center, I went to just people that I trusted to help me, and they helped me. So feel free to lean on that. Like, I do offer resume reviews, so if you need a resume review, you can tap in with me. But also, like, there are so many people who do resume reviews, so tap in. All right, so now let's talk about where you find early internships. Like, you can find internships a plethora of places. My first internship I found on my college's Handshake page. I literally was just scrolling on there and I found Deloitte, and that is how I started working at Deloitte. So I will say, one, use all the resources that your university gives you. Like, it is super, super awesome to follow people like me on the internet who give opportunities and stuff, but your university is going to have a lot of really cool stuff tailored to students from your school, and they're looking for students from your school, so the pool is smaller because it's not looking for the entire world of students. So definitely tap into your school's resources. Handshake, your career center. At my university, we have different colleges, and like the College of Business has an email list where they send stuff out. My School of Public and International Affairs has an email list where they send stuff out, and they have so many opportunities on there. And also, like, another thing that really helped me was like freshman and sophomore diversity programs. So things like MLT, SEO, I did discovery programs at Deloitte, I did BCG Advanced. A lot of those things are how I helped get my internships as well. Also, I would say look at nonprofits and startups, because a lot of times they're less competitive and you have more space to get more responsibility because they're smaller organizations. And when you have a smaller organization, you have more room to take on more, which can create a lot of really cool experiences. Like, I think one thing that I wish I would have known is like, you don't need a big name on your resume starting off. You just need something. You need something that is going to give you strong and powerful experiences. And once you get that on your resume, then you will have like more leverage to go after more competitive things. So just kind of keep that in mind. Like, yes, you can get that big thing off of your first application, but like, don't be surprised if you don't. Like, I feel like sometimes I see people and like they're struggling to get an internship, but they're only applying to Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Like, yes, that's cool, and I'm not saying don't do that, but like, a lot of your good experience might come from something smaller. So just don't count out any opportunity. And also, like, one of my favorite things to do is to like go on LinkedIn, find someone who did what I want to do, and kind of reverse track. So let's say, for example, I want to be an investment banker, which I don't, by the way, but I will go on, let's say, like an alum from my school. I'll go on their LinkedIn and they're an investment banker, and I'll scroll through their experiences and see where they interned and go look for those internships that they did. Like, I feel like that's a really cool way to find things. And also just use your network in general. Like, networking is so key. Like, you will not get anywhere in life if you don't network. So talk to your professors, talk to your mentors, talk to your organizations, like just talk to people. And a lot of times people will put you on to opportunities. Like, literally, I'm a LinkedIn warrior. My friends tell me that all the time. Like, I can make 1,000 videos about LinkedIn if you guys want me to, but I found opportunities because I was a LinkedIn warrior and was just asking people questions, and they were like, oh, this is due next week, like you should apply. So just use your network. And also, just all in all, apply to everything, apply to as much as you can. Like, this is such a numbers game, so embrace that. So I mentioned networking, so now let's talk a little bit about that and how to do it without being awkward. So what is networking? Networking is all about building relationships and learning from others about opportunities that they've done and kind of their path. Networking is not begging for a job. Do not go into networking experiences thinking that, oh, I'm going to get a referral out of this. Think of it as, what can I learn from this person? And the game will change. And why does networking matter? Well, one, you can get referrals. Like, sometimes if you're applying to different companies, people can refer you to their company that you're applying to. You also learn how others got to where they are. Like, like there is someone who has done what you want more than likely, and they probably have a bunch of tips and tricks and advice on how they got there and how you can get there as well. And people are also more likely to help you if they see that you're serious, and networking is a great way to show that you're serious. So who do you network with? I am a strong proponent of not trying to go to the CEO immediately. I'm not saying don't reach out to the CEO. You can do whatever your heart desires, but I think that networking with people a few years ahead of you is so strong, because they were in your place recently. They see where like you are now. They kind of see themselves in you, and I think they're more likely to help you. So I would talk to upperclassmen if you're like an underclassman who have done the internships and things that you want. Like the person who even introduced me to consulting for real at my school was an upperclassman, and I went to an org meeting where she was speaking and she said she worked at BCG, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And I reached out to her and she kind of put me on to consulting. Also talk to alum from your school. Like I think that's really powerful, because I don't know, personally, like I feel like my university has given me so much and I've learned so much that I want to give back. So if someone reaches out to me and they're like, hey JC, I go to the University of Georgia, like I'm gonna help out, because so many University of Georgia people helped me out. Also people from your clubs and orgs that you're in, especially if you're in pre-professional orgs, like clearly that's the point, so you should network with them. And I mean also like if you're in programs and stuff, like reach out to the program participants as well. I just think all in all, like it is really important to network with people that you have something in common with. I get so many random messages from random people, and I'm just like, why do you even think that I can help you? Because I don't know, now that I'm on the other side and like people want to network with me, it's just like I'm super busy. I'm in school, like I make content, like I have a lot going on in my life, and I really only want to like give my time to stuff that produces value. So if I don't see how I like can help this person, or I don't see what we have in common, like it gets hard for me to see where my value can be kind of given. So when you're networking, I think it's important to talk to people who have, you know, come from the same school as you, same background, same major, like same something. Like, and if you don't have something in common with someone, that's okay. But like, I think the stronger outreaches are the ones where you have something in common with them. So here's how to actually network. And I make a lot of like Instagram content on this. My Instagram is at the Star Girl Diaries, and my TikTok is JC Corinne. So if you guys want to go like learn more, I would go watch those videos first, but I would give like a very high level, like how to network kind of thing. And if you want me to get super nitty gritty into the details, I can make a separate video as well. But let's talk about how you go about it step by step. So one, find the person you want to network with. Let's say, for example, a girl that is in a club with me knows her. I'm gonna message her and be like, hey girl, like, do you know so-and-so? Can you introduce me to her? I'd love to learn more about her internship. If that doesn't work, then here's what I would do. I would send her a short, polite message on LinkedIn or through my school email. So I could be like, hey, so-and-so, I'm a freshman at UGA and I'm interested in the field of consulting. I saw that you interned at blah, blah, blah this summer, and I'd love to hear more about how you got started in this industry and your experience this summer. Would you be open to a quick 15-minute chat this week? I'm available these times, and if these times don't work for you, I'm flexible. We can figure something out. Make it easy to help you, and I'm very big on adding like flexibility when it comes to like, oh, I can work with your schedule because like you need them, they don't need you. So let's say she says yes, okay, cool. Now we're gonna prepare questions for my chat. So these are gonna be questions that you can't Google. Like they really need to be like in the details, like telling her story, stuff like that. So you ask them all those questions, and then you have the meeting, and then after that, you'll send a thank you and a follow-up. That's it. And like I said, look, if you want more information on networking, I can make another video, but that is just like my baseline networking advice. Okay, so let's say you networked, you applied, and now you have an interview coming up. I'm just gonna drop some baseline interview tips. Like I said, if you want more detailed videos, please let me know. I don't know what y'all wanna see, but if y'all wanna see that, I can make that. But here's how you crush that interview. So first, understand what they're actually looking for. Ideally, if you got through the application round, you figure that out. But after you do that, you're gonna craft your story. Like bro, interviews literally ask the same questions. Like, why are you messing up? Tell me about yourself. And they ask that in every single interview. So make sure you know like a why this role, why this company. Make sure you can answer something that tell me about a time you XYZ questions. Like they ask the same questions in a lot of interviews. Just make sure you have those down packed. So really just practice that and you'll get better at it. Also, the STAR method is so T. Like I feel like you hear that advice all the time, but literally STAR is just situation, task, action, result. So let me just explain what STAR is really quickly. So situation is like basically the context of what was happening. So this is where I was in a class project, I was at my internship, and this was going on. Task is like what you actually have to do. So because this situation was going on, here's what I had to do. So then the action is what you actually did. And then you kind of explain like, okay, so in order to tackle that task, I did X, Y, Z. And the result is what happened. Like, you can definitely find more resources on the STAR method, but I think that's so tea and it's just so straightforward when it comes to answering behavioral questions. And I know about me, but like, bro, I'm a yapper. Like, I will talk on and on and on. So STAR is kind of something that helps me like stay on track. And then technical interviews, like case interviews and stuff like that, are its own other beast. And I can make a video on that because I like went into consulting, so I had to do like case interviews. But yeah, you need to prep for those as well if you're applying to a role like that. Also, like, don't memorize like your responses, but definitely practice out loud and practice with real people. Like, it can be so easy to like practice with yourself and think you got it, but like when you practice with real people, they're gonna like show you things and point out things that like you didn't notice. So definitely do that. And then ask questions at the end. They're always gonna be like, oh, so do you have any questions? Like, never say no. Come up with the question, please. And like I say, y'all, I literally make so much content. So like, I think I have a video on that, but just go watch all my TikToks. Like, I'm not even trying to like plug myself, but they're really helpful, and I say a lot of the stuff that I'm saying in this over there. Okay, so coolio. Now we're kind of reaching the end. I just want to give like a bunch of final tips that will really help you in your internship search journey. So first, apply even if you're not qualified, and apply scared. Like, I think I mentioned this earlier, but like applying for internships is a numbers game. Like, you need to apply to as many things as you can so you're casting a wider net, so you're more likely to get something. And I think like applying if you're not qualified is like a good thing to do. Like, of course, if let's, for example, you need a JD degree and you don't have a JD degree, don't apply. But like, if it says like, oh, we would prefer to see someone who knows this coding language, and you know a similar coding language, like apply anyway. Like, if you need a JD degree, get the JD degree. But let's say, for example, like the application says, oh, we would love to see someone who can edit in Final Cut Pro, and you edit in Adobe Premiere, whatever it's called, I would still apply. Like, that'll come up when it comes up, but like, submit the application. Number 2, like track everything and follow up. Make a spreadsheet, track when you apply it, track when you heard back, track your results, because it can start to get jumbled up when you're applying to so many things, and you just need to make sure you know what's going on. So keep track of everything. And like, prepare so early. Like, you have to be ready so you don't gotta get ready. Like, especially when it comes to things like, let's say, for example, you know you want to be a consultant. Like, bro, start case prepping now. Like, why are you waiting till you get an interview to case prep? Literally start case prepping now, and that's how you're gonna stand out. And also say yes to all the small things. Go to all the workshops, go to all the info sessions, go to all the things. Like, you just, bro, you need a job. Like, do you know the economy we're living in right now? Like, people are like, oh my goodness, JC, the advice you give is so desperate. And it's like, bro, we are desperate. Like, we need jobs. So be desperate, go to everything. That's how you stand out. And next, like, get feedback. Like, OMG, feedback is so important. I don't care how smart you think you are, how good you think you are, you can always get better, and someone can tell you how you can get better. And then just be real. Like, don't lie. Like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, yada, yada, yada. Like, think, if you were lying on an internship application and you get it, like, they didn't even hire you for you. They hired you for who you thought you were. And I'm this type of person, like, I'm such a what's meant for me is for me type of person. And it's like, why would I want an opportunity that hired me for someone I'm not? So just like, don't lie. I don't like, be ethical, please. I'm gonna say it one more time, bro. Like, this is literally a numbers game. So get your numbers up, get your reps up, but also like step back and see what's going on. Like, sometimes you can see what the problem is. Like, if you were applying to all this stuff and you're not getting something because your GPA is super bad, work on that. If you are like, if you apply to 100 jobs and you didn't get a single callback, like, maybe your resume sucks and then you need to revamp it. Like, don't just keep applying, keep doing the same thing and you blaming the industry. Like, no, bro, it's literally you. So think about that sometimes, get some feedback from people, and just like, you know, keep an eye out. Okay, so yeah, if you're sitting out there and you're feeling like, JT, I'm so behind, I have nothing to offer, like, I really hope this video helped you. So if this did help you, if you have any questions, like, drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what type of role and things that you guys are applying for, so I can cheer you on and root for you during this application season. So also, if you want more help, I do resume reviews and I do a select number of one-on-ones if I feel like I can really help you and things like that. So I will leave the link for all of those things in the description. And I also make a ton of college and career and lifestyle content on Instagram and TikTok, so I will put those pages on the screen here, but definitely go tap into that because I post like all the time, and you will get a lot of like really good gems and tidbits over there. But also subscribe here. Like, I really want to get back on YouTube, so I'll be posting like college, career, and lifestyle content and just showing you guys like my life and things like that. Like, it'll be super fun. And then also I have a free tool called The Vault with a bunch of college and career like resources and things like that, and it is all free, so I would sign up for that as well. Link is in the description. Like, I have like resume templates, cold outreach templates, all types of things. go check it out. I just have a lot of resources because I really do want to help as many people as I can. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.